at one point, like, being a top player this, top player that, you know, around these people, around those people, you move where, you move here. Everybody wanted to, like, you know, be around me, talk to me, you know, call me, see what's going on with Shy, but, you know, stuff got rocky. Now it's like, you know, the phone don't buzz as much. But I've come to terms with that. Like, I came to terms with that at a young age too, like knowing who was, you know, really trying to be there for me and who was just trying to come around after I basically leveled up.
Yeah.
I'd call it level up.
Oh, you're cook.
Yo, hey, yeah.
Alright, bet. Let's lock in. Mic is on, right?
Let's lock.
Mic is on. Just double check.
Yeah. Double check.
Yeah. Oh, they are? Oh, it's already connected, right? Just keep walking in the shot, bro. Keep doing what you do, bro. See, that's why it'd be dirty, because the way you just pulled that shit was like a
pants
dog.
look right while I sit down.
Them shits are smooth. I'm gonna need those off you.
You pass me off, nigga. Damn. They gonna rob me and do the podcast, nigga. Damn.
Hell yeah.
They gonna rob me.
Yeah, make sure. Go ahead and put that one more time. Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm just trying to make sure that ain't no brush up type shit. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to be careful, like, with my life. I'm gonna try to sit like this the whole time.
For sure. We good, everybody? We somewhere on some rooftop. My man Shyheim Odom.
Yes, sir.
First question for you, brother. I know former Howard student, now at Vermont. How would you say life has been treating you in Vermont, at all places?
Life been good in Vermont, man. Life been good. I've honestly been in hiding, bro. Like, kind of just like needed some time away from just like a lot of stuff going on, you know, injuries. Still in that grind, trying to figure my way. And yeah, that's pretty much it, bro.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Now, I know you was born in Boston, Massachusetts, right? Mother was 18.
Mm-hmm.
When exactly did you move from Boston to Cali? Were you pretty young still?
When I was 15.
15 years old,
Yeah,
okay.
15 years
So
old.
explain early life in Boston, Massachusetts for a young black man with also a young mother who in a way was still trying to find her own self and grow while also raising you.
Yeah. I give my mother all the credit in the world because with her situation and with everything that came about, you know, having me, she was just one of the most bravest people in the world, like attacking that situation and doing it flawlessly. As a young 18-year-old, still like, you know, working, making, you know, everything look good for herself, for me, making sure I got everything I needed and what I wanted. You know, so I give her all the kudos to, you know, making me be the person who I am today. And she was one of the biggest reasons of why, like, the basketball was put into my hands. Like, she put the ball in my hands at a very young age. And that just set me up to, like, go places, do what I had to do. I already had a pretty big support system back at home in Boston. The Odom family, the best family,
Yeah.
Odom family. My grandfather, super influential in my life. My grandmother, super influential. My father was there, but he was, you know, not there sometimes. So, you know, that situation got a little, you know, where it was, but we patched things up. You know, we grown and matured and stuff.
Sure.
As I got older, I started to understand a little bit more about, like, how hard life can get. So, man to man, having talks with him now and, you know, having a better relationship with him now, I feel like that's good for me.
Okay.
But, yeah, man, early life was good, man. Ball in my hands at a young age. Started hooping, you know, I got into a good camp and at a young age, like, met the right people. Like, I already started, like, networking, and people started to make a liking to me when I was real young, to the point where, like, you know, I got scholarships to go to different schools and private schools. And so around the time of fourth grade, I had redid fourth grade at a private school called the Pheasant School, all boys school in Newton, Massachusetts. And that school really taught me how to um, like talk, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and like be educated. Because before, like, just being an inner city kid, like, you gonna have that on you, but like, in order to be in some of these real world spaces, some of these, like, you know, these companies and stuff, talking to big CEOs, you got to be able to, like, turn that switch. So that's really what I think is something I learned in my early life, being able to go from, you know, talking to your homies down the block, but also being able to go up to school and, you know, say hi, like, be able to talk to your professor. So yeah,
Okay.
that's some early life stuff.
Now, what is the atmosphere like basketball wise in Boston, Massachusetts? Like, is it? I know the Celtics is like everything over there, but for the youth, is it a big deal?
For the youth, basketball is a super big deal. Honestly, the city's been real turned recently, as I've been seeing. Got some good young hoopers coming out the city right now. AJ DeBansa, my young cousin Jalen Harrell. And a lot of other young hoopers. Forgot his name. TJ something. Lino. Some good young kids who, like, I've had my eye on, and I see as being like some of them kids that's gonna be the next ones to come up out of the city. And yeah, I think Boston basketball right now is at, like, it's elevated. It's elevated since guys like you know, AJ Reeves, David Duke, T. Clark, me, some other dudes from Mass, like Tyler Kolek, like guys in the league and stuff right now. Like, it's elevated since you know, a lot of people have had success and people have, you know, moved and done things for their family with this basketball stuff. So I think Boston basketball is on a rise. It's on a rise for sure.
Okay. Now, that transition from Boston to Cali, was that strictly about basketball?
Nah, it was not about basketball. It wasn't strictly about basketball. I had applied to the school.
Okay.
And then got into the school.
Okay.
And then was able to play basketball for the school. So it was like it wasn't strictly about basketball. I also my mom wanted to move too. She wasn't really liking, you know, staying in Boston. And she felt like that opportunity for her could be good as well. She also had dreams too, being young. So she's a hairstylist. Instagram page is @TameandTextures. If you're in the LA area, Calabasas area, go get your braids, your boho, whatever it's called. You know, I don't really dive into all that. I don't really dive into the names, but I know like braids be hot, and, you know, locks. She specializes in all that stuff. So taming textures. But that's enough of the promo.
Okay, yeah, nah, you good. We gonna put the link in the bio too.
Gotta do that for my dudes real quick.
Sure.
But yeah, nah. I forgot the question, honestly.
So going to California, but before that, quick little rewind. In terms of Boston, I know that the history of Boston, especially for like black men, black women, like it's a little dicey.
Yeah.
Did you have any experiences when it came to racism or just overall discrimination while you was out there?
No, honestly, I feel like Boston is was one of the most segregated cities ever that I've seen. Or now that I've think about it, I feel like if you're here, you're gonna see black people and black people only. But if you're here, you're gonna see white people and white people only. Especially because I had to do so much of that type of commuting. I'll go from Roxbury and be on Dudley, having to take the train to school. But then now I'm in Brookline and my people aren't really showing up as often. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Okay.
It's segregated, bro. It's honestly crazy. But now there's a little bit more gentrification going on where you know, they build in cities. They build in apartment buildings in the hood, and, you know, a lot of more white people are starting to stay around, and it looks a little different. It looks a little different.
Okay. Now, you were saying for making that move to California, you applied. School you talking about Sierra Canyon, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, applying to Sierra Canyon, was that specific to basketball, and was Sierra Canyon already looked at as like a powerhouse from like the time that you went and applied?
I don't think it was specific to basketball. I think it was more of an opportunity for, myself, my family, to go get a better education, to put myself on a better platform for basketball. But not only for that, my mom had, her dreams and aspirations out of it, and so did I, and I had my benefits too. Not only that, like, being able to get out of the hood is something most people can't do, especially that young, and you know what I'm saying? So, like, not saying that that was what got me out of the hood, but, like, we decided to, like, take our life and bank on ourselves, to go out there and do that. For sure.
Okay. And I know you have, I want to say 5 younger siblings, correct?
Yeah, 5 younger siblings.
In that transitional period of you going and chasing after your dreams, but also, like you said, having a father who was kind of here, kind of not here, did it force you as the oldest to grow up from a very young age as well, and kind of take on like a father figure type of mindset while also trying to go after yours? And do you feel like that was like hard to juggle? Like,
I think it's definitely hard to balance. I'm gone a lot of the time, and all my sisters are young. I think I was an only child until 9, so with them being, that age gap, like, I'm in college now. I'm on the other side of the map, damn near. So it's just hard to not be around them. Sometimes my mom is like, she needs some help with, talking to them, and they just need, a big brother sometimes, and their fathers are not really around as much either. So it's just, I gotta be there for them, but I also gotta, like, do what I gotta do for myself too. So it's just trying to find that balance is hard, man. It's hard. Sometimes I miss them. Sometimes I feel like they need me a little bit more, and that's why I want to go back out west eventually. But it's definitely hard to balance, and it hurts sometimes. It hurts. Okay. They call my phone. I miss you, shy. I'm like, man, I want to come home so bad, but I got school. I got class.
You got stuff to do.
I got class. I got stuff to do. Business to handle. So. Yeah, man.
For sure. Now, you go to Sierra Canyon. Were the names that I know of, like Mari Bailey, of course, LeBron James' son. Mm-hmm. Just some of like the top recruits. Were they already there when you got there?
No. So actually, Amari Bailey was already there. Amari Bailey was there right before. The year before I got there, but I had made, I had like, not committed, but like, I'm trying to think of the word to use, like, basically, I was one of the first people that, like, before all those people got there, I was one of the first people to, like, really, like, say, like, yeah, like, I'm going there, and I was actually, like, enrolled into the school. Okay. But then, like, right after, like, I told, like, we got all that stuff done. The next day, 2 days later, Bronny James going to Sierra Canyon. Zaire Wade going to Sierra Canyon. BJ Boston, Sierra Canyon. Zaire Williams, Sierra Canyon. This person, that person. I'm like, whoa, like, it shocked me, bro. It shocked me. Like, the next day, like 2 days after, like, everything was situated, and it was a done deal that we were getting ready to move and, like, going to figure out a new opportunity. Like, all this like star power came onto the school. For sure. And, like, it was different, but, like, at the same time, it was like I was ready to go and, like, embrace it. Okay. So yeah. I think this is like something in general that whether people admit it or not, right? You have anything that you super passionate about, and in this case for you is basketball, right? You going Sierra Canyon, good school, and then all of a sudden all these commits start happening.
I know that I feel like there's two sides to it. Like there's an exciting part, right? Because the excitement is like, okay, all these people is coming. That means the attention's coming, the national media is coming. It's just going to put me on the map even more, right? But in the same breath, like some of the names you named, those names are like mammoths in terms of how big they are, right? And I feel like there could also be a worry of like, am I going to be a little overshunned just because I don't come from like a name like that?
Yeah.
Did you feel like you struggle with both sides of that?
I feel like I did a little bit, but at that time I was so young. I was just like, I was excited to be around, you know, great players and be able to like, you know, network myself around just those caliber of players and meet them as people. And they were all great people. I was great friends with every single person on that team. And we had some of the most fun. That first year I got there was some of the most fun I've ever had in my life. Like some of the most fun ever. Talking like China. The China trip was legendary. Everybody knows about the China trip. But yeah, man, like going out there and finding out that, you know, some of those big names were there. It was shocking, bro, but like it wasn't nothing that I could be scared of or like back down from, because like, you know, I wanted to throw myself in that fire and figure it out. Just figure it out. Like that's just really what it was. And being over there, like practice was hard, man. It's no matter what team you're on, it's 5-star. It's bump. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta guard up. You gotta play hard. You gotta do what you gotta perform. So it taught me that at a young age. Like you gotta really like lock in and like do what you gotta do in order to get one up on other players on the team, or you not going or you gonna get overshined. You know. And yeah, I had a good sophomore season over there. Then my junior and senior year, I ended up getting hurt. And you know, I was having some great games and putting up good numbers, but you know, getting hurt, it slowed me down a lot. What's crazy is I got hurt in the same exact game in both years. So like the semifinal game in both my junior and senior year, I got hurt in both of my knees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you were talking about being able to be there and figure it out. Being around someone like, you know, LeBron James, being around someone like Dwayne Wade. What do you think? What was different about them that you saw that was like, okay, it makes sense why they are where they are?
Just the way they carry themselves. Literally just that, like as men, what they do, the work that they put in every day, their routines. That's really like being able to see some of that and absorb some of that. Like it was definitely like something I've learned and I'm gonna take with me for the rest of my life. Like being around LeBron I still remember some of the things that he would say and some of the workouts that he was a part of, and you can't forget that, right? Like you literally can't.
Yeah.
Like you just can't. But I would say being around some of them, like it's just really influential, and it's good to be around them and learn, like learn.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially at a young age like that.
For sure.
Especially.
For sure. Now, also talk about, again, being around all that comes like the national attention, comes all the extra stuff. People look at it from the outside and we're just like, y'all some just young, fly, lit kids that is just having fun. Everything is easy. What's like the struggling part and the part people don't understand that it's not so much sunshine and rainbows for y'all?
Man, there was days where we getting up 6 a.m. Like 6 a.m. going at it, like fights in practice. You know what I'm saying? Like on the field, like grinding, sweating, throwing up, like on a beach workouts. You know, like everything on the cameras looked like, oh, they just having fun, they just doing this, but like it was real work being put in every day. Every single day was real work being put in. And after you was putting in real work, you was going back home to put in more work. It was a full-time job, like doing that. It was a full-time job because you were not only playing basketball and going to high school and like having to get work done, but we were traveling every week, bro. Like every week. I forgot how many games it was, but I just know every week we were traveling. I had to do school on the road, and I had to, work out rehab. Like especially once I had all the injuries and stuff, I had to rehab on the road, rehab before games, after games, at the hotel, in the morning. Like, you got to really like put time into it.
Yeah.
Take care of it.
And also the other part, right? Like, especially this happens with professionals now that have a lot of money. When you got to deal with like girls and just, there's some people that are out there that kind of make a bag off of somebody and things like that.
Yeah.
Did y'all have to deal with that at a young age where be protected?
Actually, well, I would say that you always got to be careful for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always got to be careful for that. There was some girls that like you would kind of know, like, okay, like they don't look like they're trying to, they look like they're trying to like gain one off of me or just use me for some clout.
Yeah.
But at that point, you could really just tell.
Okay.
You could just tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, where exactly does Howard come into picture for you? Especially again, being at a yeah, that jump sliding. Yeah. Where does yeah, I was like where did
yo, like I want to see the playback of how it moved all the way back there, because I get to looking down like, and I'm trying to answer the question, fool. Like I'm trying to answer. You see me look, and I'm like, okay, let me. I try to play it off, bro.
No, you good. That's crazy.
All right, we adjusted. What we let's get back into it.
So Howard coming into the picture. How did that happen? Especially again being at a school where, Howard's just not looked at in that certain way. And I'm sure you're around a bunch of people that's also, they talking about this school and that school, or UCLA or USC or Kentucky or Duke or whatever. Like, where we get to Howard?
So originally, I was verbally committed to USC.
Okay.
And after I blew both my knees out back-to-back years to finish off my high school career, they ghosted me. I ain't gonna lie, they just ghosted me. Like, I started calling them. I had one on the unofficial, but, I started calling them, like, trying to, figure it out, and shit was hitting voicemail, yo. I'm like, damn. So,
like
I started trying to talk to other schools. Not many other schools was, like, that interested just because of the injury rap sheet. And so my mom had an idea, like, why don't we try and see if we can get connected to a HBCU? Like, HBCUs are on the rise right now, like, and even if they aren't, like, you could, like, kind of start a wave, like, be that first, like, athlete that, isn't necessarily supposed to be going to one of those schools, but like goes to one of them and like turn it up for real. And so that was her vision that she had for me, and I fell in love with that vision too, and I liked it, and so we chased that, and one of my mentors who I was actually like around during that time, I said like early life in Boston, when I was in like the 3-Point Foundation camp and going to Pheasant school. He was a player over at Harvard. His name is Kyle Casey. He had known the coach over at Howard, and I talked to him about just about Howard and him and as a coach and who they are, and then I ended up getting connected to Howard, talking, and they recruited me. Like, I want to say. They just recruited me. They recruited me, and I got here for the visit, and it was a done deal after that. And honestly, I didn't expect,
I heard you came during homecoming.
That was my visit? Homecoming was my visit?
I don't know, but I was told that you came there for one of the homecomings, though.
Yeah, they got me here for it. They got me. I ain't gonna lie, they got me. But they got me up here for homecoming. It was great. I saw the game. It was good. Like, it was good. I loved the connection. I loved the swag of the school. Everybody got that shit on. Like, everybody doing something for themselves. Everybody's driven. Like, it was just a good place to be around, honestly. Okay. Especially like my first time being here and like thinking about where I want to go to, like, after high school type. Okay.
Now, did you have any fears at all? Because again, like HBCU athletes, they just kind of, they just get overlooked pretty easily. You know what I mean? Like, the competition might not be whatever the competition needs to be, or you know, the shiny stuff, you go into the facilities, it don't look the same. Maybe they don't have everything. We know what Bird look like, and I'm sure you done been to like USC or you can see that, you know the difference. You know what I mean? Like, you had any fears or hesitations at all?
Nah, I didn't have, bro. Honestly, like, what my thought process was like I'm from 2Bs is crazy. Like terribly, like I'm afraid.
I don't like bees
I'm afraid
either.
of bees.
Yeah, nah,
but I'm not about to wild out.
Yeah, nah, for sure we go
so,
like it. Yeah, keep going.
Come on, bro. On cam is crazy, bro. Come on cam is crazy.
Hey, get out real quick. Just get out real quick. Just get out real quick. All right. Yeah, just let it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, nah, come on, bro.
See how I played that off?
Yeah.
You see how I played that off, though? See how I played that off?
All right, it's like nothing happened.
Come on, dog. Is it the blue? Is it the blue? Do I gotta take this off?
Nah, it might be
The cologne?
Hey, yo. That joke on your hip.
Is it? Is it still?
That joke on your hip, bro.
All right. This quick intermission.
Yeah, quick. Yeah.
Quick B intermission.
All right, we just gonna have to lock in no matter
cool.
what.
No, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
Let's get back to it. Let's get right back to it.
Ain't nothing happy. You feel what I'm saying? We had to get some water. That's all. All right, so you remember what I was talking about?
Nah, you got it.
Howard. So
Howard, yeah.
So back to the struggles. If you had, like,
Oh,
in terms
fears.
of,
You said something about
the fears. Yeah.
Nah, I was just ready to get to like the grind of like figuring out college and, you know, being, you know, a Division I player, Division I athlete. And I'm not gonna lie, my first couple months as a freshman were so hard, bro. Like, it was so hard just to have everything like to do on my own plate and like have to do it on my own too. Like my mom was there for me so much, and I had such a good support system at home that like it was a big adjustment being on my own, having to like, you know, like really lock in. But sometime into the season, you know, I found that rhythm, and I found that like that vibe to like kind of carry on for myself throughout the season to like just be who I needed to be, and shit start clicking, start hooping a little bit, you know, start upping your rank in the lineup.
Yeah.
And I was starting by like the end of my freshman year. There was one point where I was like, it was like a 4-game stretch. Like I had like an 80% field goal percentage. Like I just wasn't missing. The rim was wide for me, but yeah, like I had a great end off of that season, and it was a really successful year. We ended up winning the championship. It was great, man. It was great. That was a great year too. That team right there is also super influential to me. Shout out to all the guys on that team.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Now, what was that feeling like to come in the first year and help the team win a MEAC championship?
Nah, it was honestly, I feel like that's probably one of my biggest accomplishments so far, if not my biggest accomplishment. Just because like I set a goal for myself, and when I set that goal, and like I had no idea what I was about to do. I'm in California thinking about, damn, I want to go to college somewhere. I want to, you know, do something for my first year in college and like make a name for myself, for something other than like Sierra Canyon. Cause like I was pretty much just known for like Sierra Canyon, being around Bronny and being around, like I wanted to go do something for myself. So for my first year to go out Howard and like do that, it was honestly just like a blessing for me, bro. Like a blessing, and like I worked hard for it. So I was proud of myself.
Yeah.
And, yeah, bro.
Okay. Now, fast forward, freshman year, probably you would agree it probably couldn't go any better.
Yeah.
We fast forward to sophomore year.
Well, honestly, I'm not saying it couldn't have gone any better. Like, it was still a lot of things that went through. Like a lot of that might have looked like, it was just fun and glamorous and like, but it was a lot of struggle through that first freshman year too.
Okay.
Like, I was injured a lot that year too. My knee was messed up. I had like an MCL thing from the year before. In my senior, I had like sprained my MCL again, and I had to finish off the year like damn near hurt. I was playing in a brace.
Yeah.
I was playing in a brace, but I was still hooping.
I remember that. Yeah.
I was still hooping. It's like sometimes you gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
But you got to do what you got to do, bro. Like, regardless, you got to win.
For sure.
And that was my mindset. Like, we'll worry about this injury later. And now that I think about it, maybe I shouldn't have had that mindset so much.
Okay.
But
now, so then,
learn.
Speaking of that, do you think that had an effect on that next year? Because again, I look up and you're on the bench most of the time.
Yeah.
A year later, what happened between that freshman year and that sophomore year?
So what happened was I was working out in Cali, like doing like my training in rehab, and for some reason like my back just started hurting. Like, I didn't do anything crazy, but my back started hurting, and I started rehabbing it. It was like so bad that one day I got up and I couldn't walk. I was telling my mom, like, Mom, I can't walk. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I just can't walk. And so I'm in the bed laying down for like 2 days, and then I'm like able to walk again now. And I'm like, I don't know what that pain was that I was feeling, but like it was terrible. And like turns out like I was having like sciatica pain, like severe sciatica pain going on, and I got on that immediately. Like, I got a good trainer. She booked 5 weeks of sessions before having to go back out to school, and I got right to it on the rehab. And then boom, my back was good. Right? So then we get to school. And the season is, starting, working out. I'm good. But then one practice, like, and it's crazy, bro. Like, it's so crazy. One day we go into practice. It's like an early morning, like 6 a.m. It's like one of the first 2 or 3 drills that we started doing, and like I come off a ball screen, and I'm seeing straight lane. It's like wide open. Like, I gotta punch it. I gotta punch the gap. So I attack the gap. I try to go dunk it, and one of my teammates kind of just like swiped me in the air, like by accident. I don't think it was like intentional or anything, but my body kind of just swung to the. Nah, I'm just playing.
My body swung to
the side. Nah, my body like dead ass though, like flipped to the side, and like I fell flat on my back. Boom, and like I was like stiff on my back for like a whole minute, bruh. Like, I couldn't move, and I didn't want to move.
Yeah.
And my body was in shock, bro. And after about a minute and a half, I got up, shook it off, and I was like, damn. But like during that fall, bro, I felt something shift. Like, something was off after that. And ever since that moment, I got up, I finished practice. Like these are some of the, this is some of the stuff like you probably shouldn't do, bro. Like, if you get hurt and you're hurt, listen to your body. Do not feel any pressure from any coaches, like Division I athletes, any athlete at all, bro. Do not feel any pressure from any coaches to have to overdo yourself. You're going like it's just gonna end well. You gotta put you over everyone else sometimes. Like, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, definitely.
Yeah. So you feel like basically that little shift, was it there like something was off for the rest of the season? You feel like that
yeah, bro. I started practicing. Well, like, we practice a lot, and like it's a lot of low jumping and running. Like, eventually it caught up to me to the point where it was like, I think there was one game against some Santa Barbara. Like, I'm out there only for like 4 minutes, and I'm like, I can't even move. I'm getting blown by. I'm like, I get kneed in my hip. So I'm just looking like a complete mess out there, yo, like that ass. I'm like, and my coach just took me out the game, and honestly, like my mindset during that point was like, I'm just like, bro, like, how did I get here? You know what I'm saying? Like that ass, like, how did I get here? Like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And I had tried communicating about this injury. I had tried communicating about this injury to my coach. It just was like, he wasn't going for that. Like, It's like, you got it. It's either you gonna play or you not gonna play. So after that game, I was like, look, like, I'm having sciatica day in, day out, hour in, hour out, like after practice and during practice, and I'm trying to communicate this to you, and it's like I'm not getting any better. I'm only getting worse, to the point where like I'm immobile, I'm stiff, I can't even play out here. Like I can't bump with guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I stopped playing for the rest of the not for the rest of the season, but for a good chunk of the season I was not playing, and I was kind of just like working on my back, rehabbing, trying to like get that better, and see if I could get to a point where I got better. And eventually it did get a little better, but having to take that break, you can't really like play.
For sure.
You can't really play. You can't really like do much at all.
And if you're not playing, then
yeah. So what I was doing was like I was just trying to still working out, rehabbing, and I got back to what I needed to. I got back to like being able to play, but I just couldn't play for too long. I couldn't do too much like load, so I like and I think that like that kind of like gained a disconnect between me and the coach and my coach, and I take accountability for everything like that happened. Like I could have done a lot of things better, like definitely as a Division I athlete and as a man, as a person, I could have done a lot of things better, but I think that the situation was just unfortunate, and it was no one's fault, and that was just what it was.
Okay. Now we're familiar with the perspective of a walk-on and what that entails and that difficulty, but someone like you that came in with the name and came in with the hype and huge expectations, for people like that and people that are on scholarship, what are some of the things that like people don't understand that y'all have to go through, and the expectations, and kind of how in a way y'all are used like a machine until the machine is breaks.
If you're supposed to be that person, you're going to be looked at as that person, and if you lose, it's your fault, and if you win, you get the glory. Like if you're bringing up Bron again, like he's had 20 years of success, but like if you look at the times he's lost, they slandered him, but then if you look at the times where he was up, my glorious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what leads to now the thought of wanting to leave Vermont? And with that, there was a quote that you had where you basically, when you were committed to Howard, where you talked about how, again, like you said, you wanted to change that for like athletes, and like we can make it from the HBCU, right? When you're now thinking, okay, there's a disconnect between coaches, I need to find out where to go, was there a fear also of like, damn, I'm just going to look like all the other athletes, where it's, I'm kind of like, I'm kind of quitting on this whole, HBCU, you can succeed in that type of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
To a certain degree, it does kind of seem like that, and it did kind of feel like that to me. But I didn't look at it as that, because like I cherished my time at Howard, and I wish I never left. But certain situations, sometimes you gotta just move on from, and that was just what that was. I had to move on, but bro, like, my fault. I'm kind of.
No, you're good. Nah, I'm just talking about that overall, like the transition of going to Vermont. What just happened? Like, what was the confirming disconnect that led to you having to make the decision to leave Howard?
Basically, I'm trying to figure out how to word this.
Yeah.
We gotta put the media training.
Yeah. Nah, I get you.
Basically, there was things that I wasn't, doing that fulfilled what Howard wanted from me, and there was things that were said between both parties, me and staff.
Yeah.
That were just, it was telling for me that I don't want to be a part of this program.
Yeah.
I felt like there's a lot of like things that I had did for the program, for the school, like my overall goal and vision and my whole like my whole vision for what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that was disrespected in that moment. And you know, for some of the history and some of the stuff we accomplished, for me to be treated like that, whether I'm a walk-on or scholarship student or regular person, just a man on the street, like I'm not gonna ever let, you know, something like that, you know, talk to me, somebody talk to me or disrespect me or make me feel in such a way like that. So
Okay.
yeah, that's pretty much what that is. In a very big way. That's the situation.
Okay. Now, how does Vermont come to be?
Vermont comes to be from being in the portal, man. Being in the portal. Was talking to a lot of schools. A lot of schools were reaching out, but Vermont was like the best school, like as far as, you know, opportunity for, you know, me, I think. And like, you know, winning, they win a lot, and I like to be a part of like winning programs and contribute to that. But you know, unfortunate situations again. Like I ended off the year at Howard with 2 concussions as well. So, you know, we get to Vermont and, you know, I have 2 concussions throughout the, you know, first chunk of the season. You know, that's 4 concussions within a year. You know, that kind of just put me out for the whole entire season. So it's been a lot of basketball that I've missed so far. But still on the grind though. Definitely still on the grind.
Yeah. Now, do you think all those injuries helped you diversify your mind into getting into other interests now, like music and just overall just diversifying your portfolio?
Nah, 1,000, bro. Like 1,000. I've been so basketball since like I was young that like there's so much more to who I am other than that, like as a person, like the whole music stuff. Like I love music. I grew up in the church. My grandfather, everybody in my family, they sing. I know all my friends rap. They, you know, they in the music too. So that's something that I'm trying to like, you know, just think outside the box more with, and like just kind of like open myself up a little bit. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, you know, like you said at the beginning, kind of like where you feel like you've been in hiding a little bit. Was that also struggling dealing with being all the way up here, and then all of a sudden, to everyone else, it looks like you kind of them falling off, and what was that treatment like from people that might have shown you hella love when you was somebody?
Yeah, nah, hey man, they really love you when you up, bro. Like they gonna show you who really cares about you, like when you up. But when you down, bro, you gonna really see who's not there for you, who's fake. So like I did definitely struggle with that, because at one point, like being a top player this, top player that, you know, around these people, around those people, you move here. Everybody wanted to, like, you know, be around me, talk to me, you know, call me, see what's going on with Shy. But, you know, stuff got rocky. Now it's like, you know, the phone don't buzz as much. But I've come to terms with that. Like I came to terms with that at a young age too, like knowing who was, you know, really trying to be there for me and who was just trying to come around after I basically leveled up.
Yeah.
I call it level up. Because there were some people in Boston, like, that was like, you know, I was trying to be cool with, and they weren't trying to be cool with me. But now I get out to Cali, now it's, yo, when I'm popping out Cali, bro, like when we going, nah, we're not doing none of that. We're not doing none of that. So my fault, bro.
Nah, you're good.
Me, bro. But yeah, bro. Yeah, man. Definitely dealing with that, bro. Definitely dealing with that. Like being at a place of like a significant stature in my city, and you know where I was, to now like having to navigate like a different lifestyle. It's hard, bro. Like it's hard, like mentally, like, and that's why, and honestly, like that's why I kind of wasn't hiding a little bit. Like I did go to Vermont, and I'm still working, I'm still doing everything I need to do, but I was just in hiding because like I just needed a little mental reset, bro. Sometimes you don't gotta be all in the cameras and all in the social medias, and sometimes you just need to like take that that time for yourself to think about who you are and what you need to do. And now I feel like I finally I've got my not my swagger back, but I just I know who I am now, bro. And you got to know who you are aside from basketball. And that's one thing I had to say to some of these young athletes, bro. Like, don't only use one basketball. Like, be two-dimensional. Like, don't be one-dimensional. Like, be a basketball player and run a podcast. Be a basketball player, have a brand. Be a basketball player, and figure out something else. Have another lane that you can dive into, because I'm telling you, boy, if you was all the way locked in this basketball shit and you hit one fucking rock in the road, bro, shit could turn so fucking fast, bro. Like, I just feel like something like that, bro, you gotta just cherish every moment.
Yeah.
But also be prepared for anything.
Okay.
Like anything. And that's just from experiences, bro.
Yeah. Now, I know that when you were younger, one of the interviews you talked about how as you're accomplishing more, your confidence is growing, right? Mm-hmm. Do you still have that same mindset where your confidence is attached to your accomplishments, or has this rocky period allowed you to have, again, in a way, find yourself to where your confidence is so attached on what you accomplish as you continue going?
Well, I think there's ebbs and flows. Like, I think there's some days where you're gonna be like, damn, I don't know, am I this, am I that? Which has happened. I've definitely questioned myself before, but at the end of the day, there's days where I look in the mirror and I know what I've done, and there's people who come up to me and they regardless of what I got going on, they come up to me, they show respect. They're like, you did this, you did that, we're proud of you for this, and my family too. Regardless of I really could care less about what anybody really else had to say, but my family is really the people who regardless of anything, they still show me the most support. Any endeavor I want to get into, they gonna be behind me 1,000%. So, yeah.
Okay. So in this period you're in right now, again, like you say, you have younger siblings who are again, the next oldest one is 9 years younger than you. What is the new mental responsibilities for you, having grown up and now being in college and going through the turmoil that you went through, to make sure that life is easier for them as they grow up?
I would say just figuring myself out what would pave the way for me to be able to help them be who they want to be. So if I could be successful to the point where I could help my sisters get the best education that they want to get, or help them start up that business that they want to start at a young age, and help them create their goal and dream, some shit that I got to get it out the muscle, you know what I'm saying, off the muscle, but I don't want them to have to do that. I want to be able to, help them get to where they want to get to, and be someone that can, provide resources, to all my family. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then kind of going off of that and speaking just in general in service, one of the things I saw was that you had helped a mom to graduate, right, from Howard. Just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think right now. I think her name was Anaya. I think her name was Anaya. Don't get me, don't
quote you on that.
Don't be wrong.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that. But she had there was some sort of scholarship thing. She DM'd me and reached out to me about getting in contact with some of the people in the basketball program for a scholarship thing that was happening, and I almost didn't see the message. You know how on Instagram you got the DMs, but then you got the request.
Yeah.
I was randomly one day just was hit the request by accident. I saw it and I clicked on it, and I read what she said, and she was just if there's anything you can do, contact anyone. I'm trying to finish school, but I just needed some help. I'm a mom, I'm pregnant, I think she was just about to have the baby at this point. She reached out to me, and I'm I didn't know what to do, but it didn't hurt. It don't hurt to try. One thing I learned from a young age was closed mouths don't get fed. So it didn't hurt to try. D Marks fast and said, hey, there's a young mom struggling, going through some stuff. She's, getting ready to have a kid, and, there's this whole scholarship opportunity going on right now. I think there's something we can do for her. I know it's open to a lot of people or whatever, but like, is there something you think we can do for her specifically? And D-Marks reached out to one of the NBA teams, Wizards, and the Wizards threw in a whole extra scholarship specifically for her. And yeah, that was a good moment, bro. Like, honestly, I didn't mean to do anything like that. I think she just kind of like came to the right person. I don't know if she went to anybody else, I don't know if they would have gone the extra route or said like, or actually tried to do something. And I just tried, and ended up being a great situation. I'm happy for her and happy for her daughter in that situation.
Okay. And do you think, because I know that happened, you also went to go visit Kamala Harris. I forget specifically what it was about, but I know it had to do with women.
It was about like environmental change, but also like Black women's rights and like the whole initiative that we had. I'm trying to think about it right now. It's it has something to do with like maternal fatalities, like Black maternal fatalities going on in the U.S. And there was like a panel on that, and so I think me and a couple other my teammates and our coach, we were at the White House, just a part of the discussion. Yeah. I didn't say much, but I definitely listened to a lot of the things that were being said by some of these powerful people in the world, and that was a great opportunity to be at the White House and be around Kamala for a little bit. Yeah.
Now, I say all that to say, do you feel like growing up with a young single mother has made you have like an emphasis mentally on the care of women? And how do you feel like, again, growing up and seeing her grind, how do you feel like that has wired you mentally in terms of how you want to treat women going forward and how you treat your little sisters and all of that?
Yeah, I think women are the most important thing to not like women are very important to the world, and they deserve to be heard in every sense, in every form of like where they want to be heard. So that's how I was raised to treat women, and that's how I'm always going to treat women. And if there's anything I can do to help a young woman, a young mom, I'm gonna try to the best of my ability, just because that's just how I was raised, man. Like,
okay. Now, just talk about what is really next for you in the near future, and then just overall what the bigger picture for you is starting to look like in your head as you move forward.
The next picture, really, like, I want to finish basketball. I want to finish my basketball career off strong. So I think I'm probably gonna end up going back out west. I'm in the portal right now. Okay. Figuring out what school is the best one for me. I'm talking to some D1s. A lot of D1s are kind of turned off by the concussion situation. So it's a tough deal. But those are the cards I'm being dealt right now. So you gotta just move on with it. And yeah, there's a couple like D2s that are like very, very interested in me. So I'm thinking about maybe just like going D2, not having as much expectation, and maybe having some fun again with basketball, and like still while I'm still like in this process of figuring myself out and finding me aside from basketball, and figuring out what type of business stuff I want to get into, or content creating, and anything, man. There's just so much stuff you can do, especially as an athlete. And I've already been a part of podcast and commercial shoots, modeling stuff. So some being behind the camera, something I think I could do. I don't know if I want to do it like for life. Yeah. But I think it's something like as a business I could probably get into. The whole music stuff. Music's always been like a passion of mine. So I just started like a month and a half ago. I swear I just got on that film like a month and a half ago. But I was grinding for like 3 hours a night, and I got back. So some people say they like it, some people say they don't. just
how it go.
work on my own craft. That's it. And it's my hobby. So that's what's in the near future for me, bro. Yeah.
Bro. Now I want to give you a second to look into that camera and give yourself your own. Give your mom a personal message. Give your younger siblings a personal message. And just open the floor up for that for you.
All right. For the edit though, we gotta put that one sound behind it though. You know that one?
Yeah, yeah. Flamingos.
I gotta lock in now. Man, message to my mom. Man, Ma, I've been away from you for a minute now. We're always like so far away from each other, but you know that I miss you and I love you. You're always there for me whenever, and I'm always gonna be there for you whenever you need me. Rain, Yelly, Royale, I'm gonna be there for y'all too. Come over and Kimmy, you know I got you. Your big brother always gonna be here. I love all y'all.
Now I just want to also say that for one, like we talked about or like I told you earlier, the down to earthness after everything and the pedestals that you've been put on. For one, just to be here, appreciation to that, and just overall, just having interacted with you. I think the first time we ever interacted we was at Grand, and we had Grand each other's Instagram. And I was surprised.
Grand is a library, by the way. That's a library.
Yeah.
A library.
For sure. We was putting work in. But I was so surprised because I was like, and like. You just assume when people have a certain status, whatever the case may be, they wouldn't be that down to earth. To just not to say little me because but you feel what I'm saying. But like you get But yeah, I just want to show love and appreciation to that and how you've been able to carry yourself and to be able to handle the ebbs and flows and the ups and downs, especially how high the ups can be, which makes the downs that much worse. And see the way you've been able to carry yourself and to keep going. Is big shout out to you, man, and I hope that you able to just find that love for basketball again, because I think for so many people it turns into a business really fast. You know what I mean? And so I just want to I'm here to support you for whatever, man. You're a brother to me now, and I appreciate you giving the opportunity for us to talk to you and just overall just showing love, dog.
Anytime, bro.
Yeah.
Part two.
For sure.
Part two. We can do it. Cali, we can do it.
For sure. Yeah, we're going to get Gunna on the shit too.
Let's get Gunna.
Yeah. But that's it, my dog. I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, bro. Love.
We good.
Always. Fire.
That was smooth, bro.